Okay, so here's how I would do a non-directive teaching model in my class. For example, I have a lot of projects for my classes, and this is one project that I do non-directive teaching. So here we have everything essentially that I would give to my students. But first, what I would do before I give them all of this is show them some kind of presentation or tell them my expectations for them for this project. This is an example. This isn't the one I would use for the project I'm going to show you, but this is an example of what I would do for a Prezi. Um, it would basically give them an overview of what we were doing for that project, what my expectations are, what their limits are, things like that, because they do need limits. Otherwise, they go crazy. So this is one example. So in this example, I show them examples. I show them this is for a chase sequence that they have to do. But I show them a professional one as well as an amateur one done by students. So they get a good example of both of those. That sort of goes back to cognition and giving them models that they can relate to. So that's why I specifically show them the amateur one done by students in the past. And so I give them details of what is going to be expected of them, the rules, like I said, what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do. In the actual process, I talk about how they need to get from one step to another. But I still, in this example that I'm giving you, I haven't taught them anything. So here's what I do. Basically, like I said, I go over the overview, and then I give them everything they need. In this case, they for this project they had to create a game in Flash. So I showed them, or I give them step by step instructions on how to do something in Flash. So this one goes over how to draw and create shapes in Flash. Um, then I give them actual step by step on some other things, how to create hidden objects, things like that. And then I also did a video tutorial, so they have options. They could do the video tutorial, they could do the step by step text tutorials. It was completely up to them how they did it. I also give them some documents that they have to fill out, some things that they have to analyze, some Flash content, some Flash games. So some sort of worksheets, but it's more geared toward, getting them thinking about how they wanted to do their own um, Flash games. So it has them evaluate a Flash game that was already done. So they fill that out, they turn that in. So there are a bunch of different steps to this project that they had to do. So it wasn't just, create your own game. They had to do a bunch of different things within the time frame that I gave them. As far as the time frame goes, I give them calendars. I give them project calendars. Um, that detail every day what they should be doing. But I don't necessarily check with them every single day because some days they're doing something that takes longer than one day. But I think that's where I need to improve is really checking with them every day to see what they did. Um, I want to be less hands-on, give them more freedom. But with my students anyway, they need a little bit more structure and a little bit more checking in with them. So I need to do that better and really make sure that each person in the team is contributing more. Um, so yeah, I give them these calendars, and so they have their deadlines. They know what they need to do and when. But everything is up to them. The choices that they make for the game, the choices that or for whatever it is, they have freedom to make decisions within the project. Um, but again, I give them everything that they need to learn. And if they need help, I'm obviously there to help them. But other than that, it's up to them to do. And that's how I use this model in my class.